What's up, YouTube? It's me, Irish Demonic. Welcome to my channel, Irish Demonic Inc. Today we're going to go over a little bit different. Instead of gameplay, we're going to go on the flip side and see us adjusting the drop rate and what drops off what mobs in zombies and solo and Starblind and Herald. Okay, so first thing I did was I took a made a little list, right? Made a little list of all the things that are in the game right now. So we got the weapons, and then we've got the characters, right? The mobs, all the bosses, all the ads, and all this stuff that we have in the game right now. And what I did is I put a value on them 1 through 10. Um, for the for the monsters and the mobs, it was how hard are they to kill from the beginning of the raid to the end of the raid, right? So as you get 20 minutes in, and so it gets pretty hard, right? Some variables stay the same, like the pig guys are easy, the zombies are easy, the orange-headed mushrooms are easier. The red demons in Herald are they're not as hard, but they get harder, but not as hard, but still trying to keep that into consideration. And then the weapons, how much their damage output compared to all the other weapons, from when they're, you know, a level 1 to a level, let's go with level 5, okay? I could say to their highest level, but the majority of the players aren't going to be at the highest level weapons. So let's just go with your starter pistol and your highest weapon is a 4 or 5, right? So what would the hardness be for that player to go in here and do this stuff, right? Okay, good. We're on the same page. So I can close this one because I actually have the copy over there. Okay, so um, again, this is something that I learned last night. And we already did basic zombies, right? So we can at some point kind of maybe go over these and double check them. Um, so basic zombies, this is going to be the drop pool for that. Um, and there'll be a 13.6% chance something will drop. Siege pass holders, you'll get closer to 16% drop. And so again, this is zombies. This is just the regular zombies. So we've got high probability of some level 1 guns. We have a lower probability of some nicer guns. We have a lower probability of some ammo and some healing. I want healing to drop because that's one of those utilities you use, but not like candy, right? And then we even got the reward keys, right? So that's kind of cool. 1 in 159 chance to get a key, and some flame ammo, right? So that's just for zombies regular. Then we get the fire and ice zombies. Now we start to step it up a little bit because we are going to be upping their health. But now we're in here going, hey, we got a level 1 shotgun, but we have a chance to win a level 2 shotgun. We have a level 1, this is a double barrel shotgun, this is a regular shotgun, and a level 2 shotgun, right? Plasma sniper, 1 in 111 chance. So just nicer gear that'll help you get out of that level 1 pistol, plasma pistol, basic starter pistol type shit. Okay. So that's for fire and ice zombies. And then I went to Herald. This is going to be the 2 aliens, right? The 2 aliens I have down as being a 5 to a 7. So they're a little bit more difficult to kill. And when then they get harder and harder, it's just more health. But yeah, they're about a 7. So now I go over my list of weapons and say, okay, so on a hardness scale, what kind of rewards should you get? So that's why now you're even seeing some level 3 double barrel musket. And I know, guys, that It's just a double barrel musket, but that thing does, look at the stats. It does some good damage. It's just got the 2 shots. So your reload time is a little bit longer, but it is a nice gun to take out the easier ads, right? And it uses less ammo, so you're not having to and missing 90% of your shots. Okay, so and then again we added the reward chest key, and look at that, we even got some pickaxes, right? So pickaxes, um, and rockets and stuff like that. Okay, so that's the aliens, and then the the red blobs in Herald, the red monsters. We got the healing potions. We got some ammo. We got some level 3 double barrel shotguns. Um, Again, kind of a low percentage, but better gear, right? It's a simpler gun, but it's maxed to a level 3, which will help in the concept and thought process of getting to some of these harder raids, right? Cool. So now what we're on right now, I've already done the solo, all the mobs in solo, um, and now I'm in Starblind. So we're at the final end here. We've already got zombies, we got solo, we got Herald, right? I got Herald, and now I'm on Starblind 6. Starblind 6 is the sixth NPC, which is right here. He's the orange one. Where'd he go? Oh, 6. Oh. So he's the orange-headed mushroom. So let's say I'll let you in my head right now. I'm thinking I definitely want some healing potions. I definitely want some ammo because in Starblind you can you can really utilize this ammo, and not to mention with the what's coming up, you may actually want to have a couple of these on hand. So if you don't have them, go grab them from the auction house. And what's cool is, remember, if you're holding a bullet weapon and you hit the macro that you've set in your menu for the word ammo, that will load this ammo into, not load it into the gun, but load it into your ammo inventory. It'll put 100 bullets. And then you have to hit reload to load the gun. Okay. So these are really nice bullets to have. So I want healing potions. I want ammo. Now again, I'm thinking there's a lot of those little orange ones, and they're pretty easy to kill. And if a low level comes in with you, and you've got 3 or 4 people in there, those are getting mowed down a lot. So we don't want to make the probability. We don't want just fucking healing potions dropping all over the place and ammo dropping all over the place. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna focus a little bit on these guys with utilities right now, because utilities are very important. Let's get a flame ammo right here. I call it Flammo. All right. That was a joke. Okay, so we've got our utilities. This is our actually our like S spots in our inventory. I did want to add one more, but I think we're going to restrict it to just the 4 to make you work for. Some people might have all these healing pots and one rocket. I don't know. So in your um, when you're making your kit, and then you have your utility spot, your stash spot, your S spot. Yeah, you're going to want to put your utilities. So let's make these little guys have a lot of utilities, and we're going to make them have. Now we don't want to do level 1 guns, but if we were going to do level 1 guns, which we are, but we don't want to. But if I look over on my list and I look at a ray gun, where's my ray gun? It's a 4 to 6, and then the mushrooms are a 3 to 5. So a ray gun is a good fit for this. So we'll go with a ray gun. I've got a plasma shotgun at a rating of a 6 to 8. It's a little bit, that's too much. So if we do it, we're going to make it like super rare. So right off the get-go, I'm going to put these at 5 right now. I'm just going to put these at 5. I'm going to put these and leave these at a 1. Now you can see now we those mobs have a 2.363% chance of dropping something. 3.5% if you have the siege pass. So 2.5% right now. I want to be, I swear to God, 3%, 3.5%. So I don't want to get too much more crazier than this, but I don't want just 2 guns as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to go something like this. We're going to take like a double barrel shotgun, and we're going to go ahead and go with a level 3. And I'll tell you why. Because if you're in there and you're a low level and you're helping trying to maintain some of the mobs or maybe killing some of the easier scraps, right? A double barrel level 3 shotgun will uh will literally melt those guys right in the face. Boom. And you'll get headshots. Boom, boom, boom. Need a little bit more work on the ice dudes. But anyway, so let's put in a rare opportunity to pick up a level. Oh my god, dude. Fuck. And okay, let's continue. Interruptions aside. So where am I at? 2.7%. Okay, so on that same thought process, I know a level um, 1 shotgun is pretty good. We know. Oh, I always like doing this too because these are actually really fun guns to play with, but we want them to be a low drop rate. Plasma sniper and a Dragunov. I want a Dragunov. And we'll do a level 1. Where's level 1 Dragunov? Boom. Okay. Now I want to think of one more thing, which is some of you guys play. Um, I don't want to do those yet. I want to do. Where is it? This ZK5 and ZK5. Where did it just go? Okay. It's just here. There. And an Ash pistol. So Ash pistol is um Ash pistol is for Ash, but it's a pretty good gun. And I think we're gonna make that so it's not specific to a character. But it's a pretty fun little gun too once you get it ranked up a little bit. So we're gonna also make this a little bit harder to get. A little bit harder to get. Okay. So what are we at? 3.38% or 4%. Okay. Uh, I want it to go up a little bit more, like right at 4, right at 5%. So we'll go with we'll make this a 7, 7, 7, 7. That's 4, 4. We'll make this a 7. 4, 3, 1. It's not bad. Okay, so each mob now has a 4% chance of dropping something. So that's 4 in 100, right? So you got to kill a lot of shit for maybe one thing to drop. Now the odds are going to kind of fluctuate. Sometimes you might get 2 or 3 drops right in a row, and then you might not. So it all fluctuates. So let's go and say this one's good to go for right now because we're going to tweak it later. And by the way, I could go like this. 900 weight, or I could go 1100 weight and get those numbers really fine tuned, right? Let's go 1150. 1150. So, but anyways, let's go with 1,000. 4.3, 5.2, save. Okay, so now Star Blind number 6 is done. So, well, under review, right? And what do we got? We got Star Blind. I want to go. We put him at 1,000, and we've got 4.3 and 5.1 if you have a siege pass. Okay, so let's go to the next one, which is SB20. Okay, so we're going to hit save again and again and again. We're going to do a new table. We're going to call it SB20. And this, okay, SB20. And an NPC SB20 is, let me see, SB20. Okay, SB20 is a mega. Okay, so he's a little bit harder. He doesn't do any ice moves. He is the one that he's the one that can punch you and kick you, and he does some pretty good damage, right? He's all white. He's not the shiny white, and he's got like the mouth too, right? The big red mouth. And he's a little bit bigger than the ice ones. Okay, so now, okay. Mm-mm-mm. So we got to keep him in mind. He on my chart is the Mushroom Mega is a 4 to 8, a 4 to 8. So we're gonna start this off at 1,000, and I want his percentages on these guys because they're actually rare. I want this percentage to be around 10%. Okay, so that right now you get nothing. You have a 100% chance of getting nothing with 1,000% weight, 100% chance, right? Okay. So, I don't think I think I want to go big right off the bat, right? We're gonna go with a rocket. We're gonna go. Uh, we're gonna go with a rocket. We're gonna go with a pick. We're gonna go with a key. We're gonna go with eyes don't fail me now. Rocket launcher. All right, cool. So now we got a rocket launcher, a pick, and a key. So that's kind of cool. Those are already cool rewards. If he is a 4 to 8, so my 4 to 8s are like flamethrowers, ray gun, um, AK-47, M27. Okay, so good guns, right? So let's go with, and these are level ones, right? So let's go with M27. Let's go with a ray gun. Let's go plasma rifle. Let's go M16. Some of these I'm actually going to make even rarer inside this thing. Let's also go with ammo just for shits and giggles. Plasma shotgun. Dragunov and sniper rifle. AK-47 for sure. Okay. Okay. So these are going to be a 5. I want this to be like a 3. I want this to be like a 3. I want this to be like a 5. These to be 7, 7, 7, 3, 3. Make this a 4. Plasma shotgun, 6. And the AK like a 5. Okay. We're at 5.5%. And don't think I want much more in this list, so we'll balance this to 500. And now we're at like 10%, almost 11.5%. I think that's I think that's perfect. Um, so you have a 1 in 80 chance of getting a ray gun. And I know we have like quests for megas to get like 24 of them. And I think about, depending on how deep you go, you may only get 10 per run ish, something of that nature. So, all right, let's just save this and go with this one for right now. So we'll save. And so SB20 is going to be at a weight of 500. And we're going to go with a 9.9% and a 10.6%, 11.6% if you have the siege pass. Let's go. Okay. So now we're going to go to 34 and 35. I'm guessing those are the ice dudes. So let's hit save again. Go to new table. SB underscore 34 underscore 35. Okay. And okay. Now we'll go back over here. I won't zoom in this time. Yeah, 34 and 35 are the new ice dudes. All right. And they're unassigned. So, well, one of them's unassigned. Now we're going to assign it to SB 34 and 35. You see what I'm saying? Seeing this will be SB 34 and 35. Perfect, right? How bitchin' is that? This will be Fire and Ice Zombie. This will be here. Ice Zombie. Cool. And I'll go through all this shit too. So now I'm assigning it, but it isn't happening in real time. So this is where, it gets a little crazy. All right, so let's go back to drop tables. And we have our new one, SP 34 and 35, which are the ice guys. And I have those guys down as 5 to 8. 5 off the rip, even if you've got a level, well, I use a level 8 gun in testing, and I'll drop down to a level 5 when I play. But those guys, even a level 5 takes a few taps, and by then they may have even gotten you with a couple of things. So at the beginning, they're pretty easy, actually. So, and there's a lot of them. So thinking of that, what would the drop rate percentage be? There are a lot of them. They are hard. So let's go with that. Let's go with that 5%, 6% chance to drop something. We'll tweak that stuff, but I'm still thinking I want this to be fair. I want you to work for it because it makes you feel good, right? When you kill you've been in there and you kill that one dude and he drops that one bitchin' gun that you've been kind of waiting for. But then again, I want you to then be able to have some other stuff to kind of pick and choose from. So we may be adding in a lot of like opportunities to get level one kind of crappier guns as well. But I'm not going to focus on that one right now because it's just a click of a button and we can add a bunch of random stuff. The level one, basic pistol. I really don't want that in Starblind. Again, this is my perspective of kind of where my thought process is on all this. And thinking of you guys too. Like I'm a gamer, dude. I don't fucking code these games. Um, my position is what am I? Creative designer. I'm not a fucking designer. Creative director, right? So I'm trying to think of you guys as me, right? Like what would I want? Because I'm a gamer. I know what I want. But I also know things like exploits. I want to get away from anything that could be an exploit. So, yeah, there might be some changes to some things that y'all were used to doing. And sorry, but we're going to get rid of all that shit. Even if it would have benefited me, I don't want it. I don't want it. Okay, back to the topic ice, mushrooms, slamming you with shit. Let's go with right off the get go. Right off the get go, we'll go with ammo. These guys are ice. We'll go with ammo. We'll go with um, an ammo, mm, an ammo glove. Where is the? This is where it gets a little tough. Ammo, because then everything shifts over, so my eyes don't recognize it again. And here, hmm, it's a newer weapon, flamethrower. That's what I'm looking for. Let's do a key. Let's do flamethrower, level one. Okay. And then we want to do we got flame ammo, flame glove, and we're thinking pickaxe. Thinking, first time we see it, the MP5. I think the MP5 I have it in other ones for the harder bosses. So we got definitely in solo probably MP5. Um, we want okay. Let's go back up here. We want the M27, the M16. We want. I really like this. Like a that level three musket again. Pretty sure. Let's do that. I want to go with a level two ray gun. I want to go. I want to go with a level two sniper, plasma sniper, plasma rifle. Let's go with the level two plasma rifle too. But I want a plasma sniper. Um, okay, level two plasma sniper. Okay. So again, of these mobs, what we want to drop, the highest rated drop will be an M16, flamethrower, the flame glove. All right, so we're right there at the 5% chance to drop anything. Six, that's right where I wanted to be. So 5 to 6%. I think this is going to be a good starting point. Rare for the ammo. Let's go to um oh, not that much. Holy shit. Okay. I like that better. Okay. 212. So my main three items here are flame glove, flamethrower, and an M16. So I know already that this probably should be lower and lower. So if I go M16 and let's go, and we can, here's what's cool, dude. We can make some of these almost 100% drops and just go fucking nuts one day. um, all right, let's kind of go with that. That's my thought process, anyways. Um, and you see no heals, right? There's no heals here. Those are going to come off of the lower level orange headed ones. So save. And it looks like SB 34 and 35, we're at a weight of 1,000. And we're at the 4.9 and 5.8, almost 5.9. Let's just go with 5.9. Okay, let's hit save again, just for shits and giggles. Um, okay, now we're gonna do SB underscore 21, and that is the elite, the big redheaded. Okay, the big redhead, right? That drops the shit on the ground. We're gonna make more of those coming, even in regular, even in regular. Okay, so more. Okay, so but they're hard, but they're not that hard. The hardest thing about the elites is the fact that you got to dedicate the time to shoot the thing, but you've got everything else happening. So again, for example, let's just say you came in there and you were still a little low level. If you were a little bit lower level, you're taking out the easy ones, you're getting some healing pots, you're getting a couple of drops, you're getting some level ones. You're trying to kill some of the icy ones. Here comes one of the megas, and now a big one comes. So you're kind of overwhelmed, and that's why I want those icy ones. Like maybe you're focusing on one icy one, and then one icy one, and then one mega. Even though there's a group of them, focus on the one and get him down to get him to drop something for you, right? And now you got to think strategically, where do I want the shit from the elite to drop on my fucking head? Because it leaves shit on the floor that lasts forever. So maybe up on top of the hill, right along that ridge, maybe over by the water, something. So strategically, but you're still focusing on the ice one. Okay, so uh, he's gonna be hard because I don't know. Let's go him having some utilities as well. Okay, okay, him having some utilities as well. So we'll have him have. I did want to do a rocket launcher with him too, and PG, and ammo. Might as well do grenade, key, pick, and flammo. Where's my flammo? Okay, I almost like that right there. I almost literally like just that. Hmm. I almost like that, but I want something that always drops off him no matter what. I want a couple of things that always drop off him no matter what. So almost like a really high one, like 10 or 15 on the balance. And I really think it's going to be, you know what? Let's do this. Let's do this. No, fuck are they, man? Here it is. Level 2 ZK5. We're going to put that at 10 right now. Mm. one more thing that like I think I want to drop off that thing always. Like the majority of the time, it's going to be this one thing. This redheaded bitch. Oh my god. Mm. Hmm. I like this one, and I'll tell you why. I like this one, and I'll tell you why. I like this one, and I'll tell you why. AK-47 level one is kind of a garbage gun. The spray pattern goes a little crazy, but if you can tap 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 tap, you're pretty good. A level two, not very much better. A level three, you're doing it's a tighter thing, but in reality, it's not a very efficient gun unless you're killing a pack of things, right? So it's a gun that you could get and get it leveled up to the highest level, which then is very viable, okay? But not till it's up there, not till it's like a level seven. I mean, my level, I think I got a level five or six, doesn't do anything but that level eight AK-47. Oh shit. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. And why it's called a AK-74, I don't know. I don't know. So it's one of those guns where it's like it'd be cool to get because it's not a level one, you know, pistol, but you need to get a bunch of them to get it to be valuable. Uh, yeah. So yeah, I'm thinking AK-47. All right, now I want this to be um 10%. So we need to go like 800. We need to go 500. Hmm. Okay, so I see what they were doing before. They were doing like 600. No, let's go 1,000, but let's go 6, 2, 4, 6, 6, 2, 2, 6, 20, 10, 30. Um, yeah, and then that puts it there. Um, okay, I like that. You have a higher percent chance of getting something cool. You have a chance to get some utilities, and you got a low chance to get some kind of rare items. Pick, key, and a rocket launcher. All right, let's just go with this for right this second. And we've got the elite. We've got the elite base. Weight is 1,000, and we've got 8.5 and 10.1. Yeah, that battle pass is a nice significant up, in your percentage. So that's kind of nice. So let's hit save, and then we only have one more to do. And I think this video's been going on long enough, and I keep getting hammered on my phone and shit popping up on the screens. So, all right, I hope this was cool for you guys. I hope this lets you a little bit on the inside to see when we say what we're doing is what we're doing, and this is what we're doing, right? So, until the next video, you guys be cool. Have a great week, and we will talk to you and play with you in game real soon. All right, have a great day.